One planet, thousands of food stalls, and far too many delicious reasons to miss your flight. We're traveling around the world to discover its most famous street foods, where they come from, what's inside, and how they actually taste. At every stop, we'll also answer the important question: is it mild, spicy, sweet, sour, or secretly capable of starting a mouth fire? Our journey begins in Mexico, travels through the Americas, crosses the Atlantic, and continues east until we reach the night markets of Asia. First stop, Mexico City, where one spinning tower of pork feeds an entire street. This is taco al pastor, marinated pork sliced from a vertical spit and served in a small tortilla with onion, coriander, salsa, and often pineapple. It tastes smoky, savory, slightly sweet, and fresh. The taco itself isn't necessarily very hot, but the salsa can change that immediately. Mexico starts colorful and complex. Our next stop removes almost everything and somehow becomes an icon. Welcome to New York, where the classic street hot dog became closely connected with the city's carts, sidewalks, ballparks, and Coney Island. The basic version is simple: a sausage inside a soft bun, commonly topped in New York style with mustard, sauerkraut, onions, or onion sauce. It's salty, savory, soft, and slightly tangy, usually not spicy, unless you add hot mustard or turn the toppings into a personal challenge. The hot dog keeps things simple. Jamaica takes the portable lunch and hides everything inside pastry. In Jamaica, the patty is an everyday favorite, a golden, flaky pastry filled with a savory mixture and shaped for eating on the move. The familiar version contains seasoned minced beef, although chicken, vegetables, seafood, and other fillings are also common. Some people place the whole patty inside cocoa bread. The crust is buttery and crisp. The filling is warm, savory, and often peppery. Heat varies, so check before choosing the hottest-looking tray. From flaky pastry, we fly south to Brazil, where the next snack disguises chicken as a drumstick. This is coxinha, one of Brazil's favorite savory snacks. Its name means little thigh because its pointed shape resembles a chicken drumstick. Inside is seasoned shredded chicken, sometimes with creamy cheese. The filling is wrapped in soft dough, coated with breadcrumbs, and deep-fried until golden. Coxinha is crispy outside, soft inside, rich, comforting, and normally mild. Add hot sauce when you want heat. The snack won't attack first. Brazil gives us comfort food. Argentina's next snack looks similar, but its filling possibilities are almost endless. Across Argentina, empanadas are small folded pastries with sealed edges. Recipes change by region, making them less like one dish and more like a family. Popular fillings include chopped or minced beef, chicken, cheese, and humita, a creamy corn filling. They may be baked, fried, juicy, or surprisingly sweet. Most are savory rather than hot. However, seasoning changes by region, and spicy sauce can turn a gentle empanada into something much more energetic. We've eaten plenty of pastry. In Peru, our next food goes directly onto the fire. On the streets of Lima, anticuchos are smoky skewers, traditionally made with marinated beef heart and grilled over hot charcoal. The marinade commonly includes vinegar, garlic, cumin, oregano, pepper, and ají panca, a Peruvian red chili with fruity, smoky flavor. They taste smoky, deeply savory, slightly tangy, and mildly spicy. Potatoes and corn often come alongside, turning the skewers into a filling meal. Our American journey ends beside the grill. Next, Europe changes the bread, cheese, meat, and the entire atmosphere. So far, we've tasted smoky tacos, simple hot dogs, peppery patties, comforting coxinhas, adaptable empanadas, and charcoal-grilled anticuchos. Europe is next, and it starts crispy. We land in Brussels, where Europe's first street food stop is humble, golden, and taken extremely seriously. Belgian fries are thick-cut potatoes, traditionally cooked twice, creating a crisp golden exterior while keeping the center soft, hot, and fluffy. They taste salty, rich, and comforting, rather than spicy. Mayonnaise is the classic choice, but Belgian fry shops offer an impressive wall of sauces. Brussels gives us salty crunch. Madrid answers with another fried favorite, but this time, breakfast tastes like dessert. In Spain, churros are a popular breakfast or snack. You'll find them in cafes, churrerias, and street stands, especially around Madrid. The dough is remarkably simple. Flour, water, salt, and a little oil. It's shaped into ridged strips, fried, then covered with sugar. Churros are crisp outside, soft inside, warm and lightly sweet. Dip them into thick hot chocolate, and lightly sweet becomes very serious. Madrid satisfies the sweet tooth. Across the Mediterranean, Sicily hides an entire savory meal inside one fried rice ball. This is an arancina, or arancino, depending on where you are in Sicily, a fried rice snack with a crisp outer shell. Cooked rice surrounds fillings such as meat ragu, cheese, peas, or bechamel. The ball is coated, fried, and served hot enough to demand patience. It's crispy, creamy, savory, and extremely filling. Usually mild, although stronger cheeses, pepper, or spicy fillings can give it more attitude. Sicily hides dinner inside rice. Berlin takes a familiar sausage and lets one mysterious sauce do all the talking. Currywurst is one of Berlin's signature fast foods, sliced sausage covered with curry-flavored tomato sauce and commonly served beside a pile of fries. The recipe is simple, but the sauce changes everything. Some versions are sweet and tangy, others add paprika, chili, or considerably more fire. Classic currywurst is savory, tomato-rich, slightly sweet, and gently spiced, not Indian curry hot. Specialty stalls, however, can turn it into a bravery test. Berlin brought the sauce. Athens brings the sunshine, the charcoal, and possibly Europe's most recognizable street food wrap. Souvlaki is Greece's famous grilled meat street food. It can arrive directly on a skewer, beside bread, or wrapped inside a warm pita. A pita version commonly combines grilled pork or chicken with tomato, onion, tzatziki, and sometimes fries folded directly into the wrap.
Souvlaki tastes smoky, herby, fresh, and creamy. It's usually mild. Any serious heat normally comes from extra chili sauce or hot peppers. Athens keeps things fresh and smoky. Our final European stop sits between continents and serves breakfast from bright red carts. Across Istanbul, simit is sold on street corners, near stations, and in bakeries. It's a circular bread covered with toasted sesame seeds. The dough is commonly dipped in a molasses mixture before baking, helping the sesame stick while creating its deep color and lightly sweet flavor. Simit is crisp outside, chewy inside, nutty, and only slightly sweet. It's mild, inexpensive, portable, and especially good beside Turkish tea. Simit handles breakfast, but when Istanbul gets hungry later, the spinning tower of meat returns with a different name. Döner means rotating, describing seasoned layers of beef, lamb, or chicken cooked on a vertical spit and shaved as the outside browns. The street version usually places the meat inside bread or a thin durum wrap, with additions such as tomato, onion, lettuce, pickles, or sauce. Döner is savory, juicy, slightly smoky, and normally mild. Chili sauce adds heat, but the main attraction is freshly browned meat and warm bread. Europe gave us Belgian fries, Spanish churros, Sicilian arancine, Berlin currywurst, Greek souvlaki, and two very different ways to eat through Istanbul. Next, we travel deeper into the Middle East and Africa, where spices rise, breads flatten, and grills get louder. From Istanbul, we travel south to Oman, where breakfast begins with something golden, crisp, and completely meat-free. In Jordan, falafel is a popular breakfast food, often served beside hummus or tucked inside warm bread with vegetables and sauce. The Levantine version commonly combines soaked chickpeas with parsley, coriander, garlic, cumin, and other spices before being shaped and fried until crisp. Falafel is crunchy outside, fluffy inside, earthy, herby, and normally mild. Chili sauce adds heat, while tahini keeps everything creamy and nutty. Amman fries breakfast. Beirut flattens it, covers it with herbs, and sends it straight into a bakery oven. Lebanon's manouche is a beloved flatbread and a classic breakfast, prepared in homes and neighborhood bakeries across the country. The famous version spreads dough with za'atar and olive oil. The za'atar blend commonly brings herbs, tangy sumac, and toasted sesame seeds. It tastes warm, earthy, nutty, and slightly tangy rather than spicy. Cheese versions are richer, while vegetable fillings make it a fuller meal. Beirut keeps breakfast light. Cairo's next dish combines rice, pasta, lentils, chickpeas, sauce, and absolutely no fear of carbohydrates. Koshary is one of Egypt's national dishes and a popular street meal built from inexpensive ingredients that somehow become enormously satisfying together. The bowl layers rice, pasta, brown lentils, and chickpeas, then adds garlicky tomato sauce and a generous crown of crispy fried onions. Koshary is savory, tangy, filling, and full of contrasting textures. It starts mild, but chili sauce can quickly move lunch in another direction. Cairo piles everything into one bowl. Marrakech takes simple dough, folds it repeatedly, and turns breakfast into edible layers. Msemen is a square Moroccan flatbread or pancake, commonly found at street stalls and eaten for breakfast or as an afternoon snack. Its dough usually combines flour and fine semolina with water and salt, then gets stretched, oiled, folded into layers, and cooked on a griddle. Msemen is crisp at the edges, chewy inside, buttery and mild. Honey makes it sweet. Cheese or savory fillings take it toward lunch. Marrakech folds flavor gently. Lagos puts meat over fire, covers it with spice, and refuses to be subtle. Suya is one of Nigeria's best-known street snacks. Thin pieces of seasoned meat threaded onto skewers and grilled until smoky and charred. The seasoning, called yaji, commonly includes ground peanuts, chili, ginger, and other spices. Suya is usually served with fresh onion and tomato. The seasoning, called yaji, commonly includes ground peanuts, chili, ginger, and other spices. Suya is usually served with fresh onion and tomato. Lagos turns dinner into fire. Farther south, Durban pours curry into bread and creates its own portable bowl. Bunny chow is a famous Durban dish made from a hollowed-out portion of white bread filled generously with hot, aromatic curry. The filling may contain chicken, lamb, beef, beans, or vegetables. The hollowed bread absorbs the sauce, while the removed center becomes a dipping tool. It's rich, saucy, deeply spiced, and extremely filling. Curry may be mild, medium, or hot, so this is one order worth clarifying. This leg gave us crispy falafel, herby manouche, enormous koshary, layered msemen, fiery suya, and a curry-filled loaf from Durban. Next, we cross the Indian Ocean, where pastry gets spicier, bread gets cheesier, and snacks become spectacularly colorful. We cross the Indian Ocean and land in Mumbai, where a tiny potato sandwich feeds one of the world's busiest cities. Vada pav is Mumbai's famous street sandwich, a spicy potato fritter placed inside a soft bread roll and served with chutneys. The filling combines mashed potato, garlic, chili, mustard seeds, and spices. It's coated in chickpea flour batter, then fried until golden. It's crispy, soft, savory, and usually spicy. Chutneys add sweetness or tang, while a fried green chili brings the serious heat. Vada pav keeps the bread simple. Mumbai's next sandwich adds vegetables, chutney, butter, and occasionally enough cheese to hide everything. The Bombay sandwich is a colorful vegetarian favorite, built from soft bread, green chutney, sliced vegetables, spices, and often butter or cheese. Common layers include boiled potato, tomato, cucumber, onion, and beetroot. Some versions stay soft, while others are pressed and toasted until crisp. It tastes fresh, tangy, earthy, and gently spicy. Beetroot adds sweetness. Chutney adds heat, and cheese makes the whole situation considerably richer. Mumbai builds sandwiches in layers. We travel north to Delhi, where the next snack hides its spices inside a triangle. Samosas are found throughout India, triangular pastries filled with a seasoned mixture, fried until crisp and commonly served with chutney. The familiar vegetarian filling uses potatoes, peas, onions, chili, and fragrant spices. Other versions may contain lentils, chicken, or minced meat. A samosa is crisp, warm, savory, and aromatic. It can be mild or spicy, while tamarind chutney adds a sweet and sour finish. The samosa survives several bites. Delhi's next snack gives you exactly one, and wasting it is not an option. Pani puri, also called golgappa or puchka in different regions, uses a hollow, crispy shell filled immediately before you eat it. Inside goes spiced potato or chickpeas, followed by tangy water flavored with tamarind, mint, chili, cumin, and other seasonings. The result is crunchy, cold, tangy, salty, and sometimes fiercely spicy, all arriving at once before the shell collapses. India ends with an explosion in one bite. Bangkok slows nothing down. It throws noodles into a wok over roaring heat. Pad Thai is one of Thailand's best-known street dishes. Rice noodles quickly stir-fried in a hot wok with sauce and other ingredients. Typical ingredients include rice noodles, egg, tofu, bean sprouts, tamarind, fish sauce, sugar, and peanuts, with shrimp or chicken often added. Pad Thai tastes sweet, salty, sour, nutty, and savory. It's usually not extremely spicy because chili is often added at the table. Bangkok gives us hot noodles from a wok. Hanoi's next icon begins with bread and carries an entire history inside it. Banh mi is Vietnam's famous street sandwich, built around a light, crisp baguette and filled according to the vendor, city, and region. Fillings may include pate, pork, chicken, meatballs, eggs, or tofu, usually balanced with pickled vegetables, cucumber, coriander, chili, and sauce. A good banh mi is crisp, savory, fresh, tangy, and slightly sweet. Fresh chili can make it mild, hot, or unexpectedly dangerous. Hanoi keeps the sandwich balanced. Farther south, Ho Chi Minh City fills the same bread with even more possibilities. Southern banh mi stalls may offer roasted pork, shredded chicken, fish cakes, pork skin, meatballs, or mixed fillings inside the same familiar baguette. That makes banh mi less like one fixed recipe and more like a street food format. Crisp bread, rich filling, fresh vegetables, and contrast. India gave us spicy sandwiches, stuffed pastry, and one-bite chaos. Thailand brought wok-fired noodles, while Vietnam turned the baguette into street food. But Southeast Asia is only warming up. Our next stop serves coconut rice with chili before breakfast is even finished. We land in Kuala Lumpur, where coconut rice and chili are completely acceptable before 9 o'clock. Nasi lemak is a Malaysian favorite built around fragrant rice cooked with coconut milk and pandan leaves, often eaten for breakfast. The classic plate adds sambal, fried anchovies, peanuts, cucumber, and egg, with fried chicken or rich rendang available for bigger appetites. It tastes creamy, fragrant, salty, crunchy, and spicy. Cooling cucumber helps, but that bright sambal is not merely decorative. Kuala Lumpur wakes us with chili. Singapore offers a gentler breakfast built from toast, jam, and eggs. Kaya toast is a Singaporean breakfast favorite. Crisp toasted bread filled with coconut and egg jam and a generous slice of butter. The complete breakfast usually includes soft-boiled eggs seasoned with soy sauce and pepper, plus strong local coffee known simply as kopi. Kaya toast is crisp, creamy, buttery, and sweet. The salty eggs create balance, and there's no chili unless you make unusual breakfast decisions. Singapore keeps breakfast controlled. Jakarta gives one street food name two completely different and extremely generous personalities. Jakarta's iconic martabak comes in two major forms: a crispy, savory version with eggs and meat, and a thick, sweet pancake. Savory martabak wraps minced beef, egg, and seasonings inside thin dough, then fries everything until the outside becomes crisp and deeply golden. Sweet martabak is thick and soft, then loaded with chocolate, cheese, peanuts, condensed milk, or almost any combination your conscience permits. Martabak makes us choose savory or sweet. Manila refuses to choose and mixes an entire dessert together. Halo-halo is the Philippines' colorful shaved ice dessert. Its name suggests mixing because stirring all those layers together is part of the experience. Recipes vary, but common ingredients include shaved ice, milk, sweet beans, tropical fruit, coconut jelly, tapioca, purple yam ice cream, and leche flan. Halo-halo is cold, creamy, fruity, chewy, and very sweet. Every spoonful changes, and the only heat involved is waiting outside. Manila cools everything down. Seoul takes chewy rice cakes, covers them in red sauce, and turns the heat back up. Tteokbokki is one of Korea's most popular street foods. Chewy rice cakes simmered with fish cake and vegetables in thick sauce. The famous red version uses gochujang chili paste, creating a sticky, sweet, spicy sauce. Eggs, noodles, dumplings, or cheese may join the pan. Tteokbokki is chewy, sticky, sweet, savory, and genuinely spicy. Creamy or cheese-covered versions may help beginners, but the red sauce still wins. After that red sauce, Seoul owes us dessert. Fortunately, hotteok arrives filled with molten sugar. Hotteok is a popular Korean street pancake made from chewy dough filled with sugar, then flattened and fried on an oiled griddle. The filling often combines brown sugar, cinnamon, and nuts, which melt into hot syrup. Seed-filled versions may include peanuts, almonds, or pumpkin seeds. Hotteok is crisp outside, chewy inside, sweet, nutty, and dangerously hot when fresh. Give that syrup a moment before trusting it. Our final flight reaches Osaka, where street vendors cook octopus inside tiny spheres of batter. Takoyaki originated in Osaka and consists of round batter dumplings containing pieces of octopus cooked in a pan with spherical molds. The batter uses flour, dashi, egg, and water, with octopus, tempura crumbs, pickled ginger, and green onion added inside. They're topped with savory sauce, mayonnaise, seaweed, and bonito flakes. Takoyaki tastes rich and slightly sweet and stays remarkably hot inside. And there we are, back where we started, with a planet that suddenly looks much more edible. We found tortillas in Mexico, pastry across continents, bread filled every possible way, smoky grills, spicy noodles, comforting rice, and desserts built for hot weather. For mild food, choose kaya toast, cocina, or simit. For spice, try suya, tteokbokki, pani puri, or a brave spoonful of sambal. Wherever you travel, start with one famous dish. Ask about the chili, watch it being cooked, and let the next street surprise you.